This is probably my first sketchbook ever. I actually made this book, like the papers and stuff, we bounded it and everything in my sophomore year in Bradenton, Florida, in my art class. So we literally gutted an old book. The cover was gutted, and I think I had the teacher had some fabric and stuff, so we covered the books in fabric, but obviously I didn't like it, and I did a collage thing. I mean, remember when Junkos were cool? I forgot how to say it. It was really super duper big leg jeans. I mean, I can't even think back like how old this is, but this is probably from like the 1990s. A naked guy and some chick talking on the phone and a bunch of stickers. My aunt used to work at a craft store, so I used to get hooked up with art supplies. So, oh, and this anime, I actually did it on the computer. I used Microsoft Paint Bucket. I mean, that's like super early computer designing, so that's pretty cool. I mean, I haven't really seen this book in a long time, so it's gonna be embarrassing, I think. Anyhow, yeah, so the collage, me and my best friend, we did that a lot in our letters together. So here's the inside of the book. Wasted Circle. I actually think I know someone in that band. I gotta ask him. He was a high school friend. Numbers from, oh my god, from a bunch of people. I need to cover this one up because it's gonna give a lot of stuff away. So here I was obsessed with No Doubt. I mean, obsessed. The Tragic Kingdom album just came out. My best friend told me about this cool new type of music called ska, so we were all into it, dressing up her hair and everything. This was a study at school. I guess this is one of my first entries in this sketchbook from when we first made it. So yeah, highlight and shadowing. Lion King, what most of the guys look like in the 1990s. Jinko jeans, glasses, messy hair, book bag, and wallet chain. I drew a lot of fairies and mushrooms for obvious reasons. That was old me, by the way. I was obsessed with anime too. I wanted to learn how to draw it. I guess I was mimicking some things I saw here. This looks like another mimic thing. I mean, I don't draw things like that anymore. So this is a funny thing. And I wrote a little story about it. And this happened in 1999. Me and Betty were skipping school. We're waiting for her parents to leave home. And she always had great ideas, and I would listen to everything she said. So she said to go across the street and wait in the hallway till her parents left and she would come and get me. Well, but to my surprise, her dad walked right in front of me. And he didn't even see me. This is Zelda. It says I did it in 6th period, 11th grade. It might say 10, I'm not sure. This was an article from this goth girl from my school, Barbara Bowman. Her name was Michelle, I guess. She was a goth chick. She wrote this article about Marilyn Manson, and at that time a lot of people linked Marilyn Manson to suicide and some other bad things, so she was just here describing it. This is another gem from 1998. This was all made on Paint Bucket. I was obsessed at that time making computerized images, so this is one of the ones I did. I think here I was saying to myself I wanted to draw something off the top of my head, so I came up with these two things. This is kind of funky here with dolly style stuff. I wanted to do graffiti. I hung out with a lot of graffiti friends. Actually, they were way better than this. Obviously, this is pretty crappy. And I guess this is some sort of thing I liked. I thought it was pretty cool. Oh, I was obsessed with surfing too. I thought it was cool. All the guys were cute or whatever. So, so this is kind of, obviously, it's a part of my past. I'm not like that anymore. I did a lot of bad things, and obviously there's some paraphernalia here, and then some music, and just like some things that reflected about what me and my best friend were doing back in the day. So I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not cool. I'm not saying go do these things, but it's kind of something to look back on and say, wow, I was stupid. And I guess this is me. Oh yeah, I did have the haircut, didn't I? Just daydreaming, I guess. Some sort of getaway. I want to say that this was probably a statue of my mom's house. I'm not sure. And a cool alien. I was also obsessed with aliens. It's funny, I drew that the other day. I haven't been through this sketchbook in like years. So yep, this guy here. And then these doodles, I used to just doodle that. Me and my friends used to doodle on those type of things. I guess some comic book stuff I was mimicking, and I don't know, I want to say maybe I came up with this. I am not sure, but I mean, like I said, we're in 2016 and this was in the 1990s, so yeah. Getting stoned. Let's move on. Another graffiti thing, actually I always remember looking back, 98, I remember looking back at this and thinking, I really like the way this came out, but I had mimicked this too. This was nothing off the top of my head. This is, oh, Green Day lyrics, Burnout, a rose, and I used to do nails in Liberty City in a place in Miami called Nail Trap, and this was one of the, actually this was one of the little girls that used to come in, and I guess it was a customer or something, but I used to let kids draw in here. Tigger, and I spelled Tigger wrong, like a dummy. So I remember who drew this. His name was Michael Ruiz, and he had my last name too, and he was in my art AP class, and he was really good. So he drew that, and just something different. And this glows in the dark, fairies. Obsessed with fairies. This is embarrassing because I don't draw like this anymore. I guess this, you know, guys, you gotta start somewhere, you know. This was my friend George. He was my best buddy, and garbage and stuff. I miss him. He was a cool dude. Oh, I still love this stuff. Alice in Wonderland. I remember pausing the movie VHS back in the day, trying to draw it. Sublime. Also obsessed. Oh my god, it's so crooked. His face is so unproportioned. Guys, this is my first sketchbook. I liked fashion. I guess I wanted to do some fashion stuff here. This was for my friends too. They're drawing here. This is Bianca and her sister Raquel. They drew on this a little bit. Cops are not. I don't know what that is. I want to say maybe I drew this. I think I did. It might have been from a dream or a nightmare I had. Obviously, it's nightmarish things. It's pretty scary. That didn't come out too bad. Yeah. More anime stuff. I did come up with that. It was cool. Another fairy thing. Oh man, and then this was something that I did off the top of my head, and I really loved the way it came out. I remember really looking back at it and just being like, I don't know, I felt like I've never really been consistent in my artwork, but this was something that I always wanted to be consistent of, and I just like my color choices back then, and how the 3D stuff. My nickname was Pixie. My best friend's name was Mixie because of the Sublime song. Bad Fish, another Sublime reference. Lettering's so off. And Fairies and Mushrooms. Actually, I really like this. And this was from a magazine clipping, and they were actually sitting on a stack of books where the background is a bunch of just letters from a waterfall. There was a waterfall of letters, like book clippings. So obviously I changed it to mushrooms, and I actually painted this really big, and I had in the background I had done the same thing. I had clipped some magazine clippings and did that. Some random sun doodles. This is what I did in school all day long, just swirls. and mushrooms and fairies and Limp Bizkit. It's funny. And so this is like where I felt I was a little bit more comfortable drawing faces. I've always been obsessed with trying to learn how to draw faces, and these are actually references from Fifth Element. Lilu, Ruby Rod, David, Vito Cornelius, Corbin Dallas, and Emperor Zorg, and I guess that's just a random chick. And these just might be just random people, I'm not sure. Might be from the movie. And the alien chick, she came out cool. That's the mushroom from Eminem. Actually, I like the way he came out too. That was from the album. My friend Raquel, she drew on there. She was actually a good artist too. It came out really cute. And school again. This was in 1999. I dated it. I was just obsessed on always trying to get better. I mean, I still am. Better and better and practicing stuff. Some random stuff. I mean, I was really sad in high school. And that's it, I think. Oh wait, there might be some. What is that? Oh, my school periods. So there was a point in my life where I went to a lot of ska punk shows and I collected the flyers. Actually dated a skinhead, so he got me into that. It was yeah, he was trash. So this is AAA, Catch 22, 10-Foot Pole, Pennywise, Punkorama, Offspring, Rant and No Effects. So yeah, I mean, Monster Plug, that was like the coolest time ever. Mad Agents. So I always like these things. And that's it. That's the end of my book. Hope you enjoyed it.